Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm really good. Really, really
Good.
good. Yeah,
How's your week been?
really great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
Look how
what
you're like,
happened.
what have I
What
done?
did I do? What did I do? It was a really, really great week. Did a lot. We launched Dare to Dream
Yes.
on
Oh,
Tuesday,
that
which
was
was
incredible.
incredible. Then we rolled into Wednesday and hosted a 30-minute wellbeing session for a for employees at a GP surgery, a doctor's, which was
Yes.
incredible. We did two 30-minute back-to-back sessions that
Which,
we
oh,
created for them,
mm-hmm.
which was also everything.
Yeah.
Blew our minds. Um, what else? Oh, and then on the weekend, this is something I've massively celebrated. On Saturday night, I went to my friend's 40th birthday party. Yeah, because we all turned 40 this year. That's okay. And it's not local to us, like 30 minutes away. And I drove, like Mark came and the girls came. And I had the best night, not a drop of alcohol, still sober, still on my
Love it.
alcohol-free adventure. And I think we left it was due to finish at midnight anyway. I think we left at about 1:45.
Love
So
that.
only because that was probably as much as we could push at T
Yeah.
and Nancy.
Yeah. I was going to say they were doing well. That
They
was
were doing really
amazing.
well.
Yeah.
And I just was on the dance floor for most of the night. And I had the
Love
best
it.
time with my school friends who've known since
Yeah.
I'm like 4 or 5. And yeah, we just had an incredible time. And I was me, and I didn't need the alcohol
Oh,
to do that stuff. And I just want to celebrate that because it felt so good. And it took me
yeah.
a while to get to that point, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I just woke up Sunday morning feeling really smug.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I went for my walk. I can't remember. Oh no, I didn't. No, because it was a late night. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
late night. But yeah, I woke up feeling a little tired, but other than that, I felt really proud and really good. So
That's amazing. And it's so
yeah,
interesting, isn't it? Like when it's just been such a clutch for us all. Like,
yeah,
just drinking is just the
yeah,
norm. And like I had a moment the other week where I was just like, I really struggle to keep going. If you do something in the day and then you want
mm,
it to carry on through the night.
mm,
And obviously I wasn't drinking and I had so much more energy. I could keep
yeah,
going way longer because I didn't kind of get to that peak of having a load of alcohol and then like hitting the peak and then being like, oh, forcing a couple of extra drinks down just because I want to keep going. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
it was just from a place of I really want to be here, I really want to be having fun, and I'm doing it. I don't
yeah.
need the alcohol.
No,
So that is a
so
really great thing to celebrate.
yeah,
Amazing.
thank you. And yourself, what have you been up to? What?
Yes,
Tell me
well,
about your week.
it has been like you say, it just oh, I'm
Every
like, we're just part of the way into January, and I'm like, wow,
wow.
we have done a lot, and it has been so incredible and just so amazing because obviously we've been thinking about Dare to Dream for a little while. We've getting it all planned out, and to just do it and deliver it and see the results just from week one was
Yeah,
just amazing, and just hear how people found it. And it's just being in that space with women in the same mindset is just everything, isn't it?
it is.
So yeah, so obviously a wonderful TAGC week. And then last week I mentioned that I'm on this little spiritual journey, and
Yes.
I did go to spiritual church,
Tell us
which,
about it.
yeah, it was amazing. It was the most welcoming place. And just like I've said, I don't know what I believe in at this point. I believe in something.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm also okay with not putting like a name on it, or it's a yeah, not I don't know
And
what it
that's
is yet.
okay. That's okay. You don't need to know. You don't need to know, do
Yeah.
you?
And I just loved how that I mean it was quite funny actually because we sat down and we had like they gave out a song sheet and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting to sing. But it was a really lovely positive song about dreams, which I was like, amazing.
Yeah.
And they did some prayers which were more like meditations.
Yeah.
That we sat and did it together. And then there was a medium who obviously connected with spirits and I just felt a part of some really special moments of people connecting with their loved ones.
Mm,
At that, I didn't kind of have anyone come through on that evening, which was totally okay. But it was just a really special place to be that evening,
yeah.
and I really enjoyed it. And I would recommend seeing if anyone is feeling lonely, if anyone kind of is intrigued by, a spiritual journey, or just, anything like that, like
Mm,
have a little Google and see if there's one near you, because it was literally a really wonderful place to be. And I
yeah.
just really got a sense that if anyone was feeling lonely, they were right there to pick people up. And
Mm.
obviously it's accessible to so many people. And yeah, it was just really wonderful.
Amazing. And do you know
um
what I love about that as well? I love that it's just doing something different. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I know we harp on about this, but that is the key, like just
yeah,
doing something different. And it wasn't just another night of Netflix, it was actually getting out and
yeah.
just a new experience, and you just don't know. And funnily enough, I was just thinking about this morning when I was making my coffee, that like 2 years ago, or just over 2 years ago, like we were not in each other's lives.
No.
Like, and I joined FEA, the Female Entrepreneur Association. It's online membership for women in business. With no intention other than to, like, I was really stuck at the time. I was really stuck, and like, I
Mm.
plateaued in life. I wasn't growing. I didn't have I needed a new vision for that next chapter of my life. Basically, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to do something. So I joined FEA because I wanted to be in this like environment of like other women in business, just to explore and to get some ideas. And then obviously I met you, and it's like, I
Yeah,
think back now, and I think, had I not just have done something,
yeah,
just something different. I didn't know back then, like, what it was, or
no,
I didn't know it was going to be THEC. I didn't know what or how, but I knew I wanted to do something. I knew I wanted to just
yeah,
kind of move forward in some way. And so, sorry, it's slightly off topic, but kind of related, that you're just doing something different and
yeah.
putting
No,
yourself out there.
I absolutely love this. And doing something different, like you say, is such a circuit breaker. And whatever that different thing is, it could look like a small thing, it could look like a big
Yeah.
thing, but it's something to be so proud of. And it builds the momentum towards a different place. Like if you're
Mm,
feeling stuck, pick that something different that you're going to do on an evening, do it and be so proud of
mm.
yourself. And that kind of, I've done something else different this week.
Yes. Tell us about, oh, I'm so excited to hear about this. So, what were you up to yesterday morning? So that's a
Oh,
Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. What were you doing, Charlotte?
oh, well, took a little dip in a lake.
You know, as you do. As you
Oh
do. Tell
my gosh.
us.
So there is the most incredible venue it's about half an hour from me. It's the Farm Club, and it's at Pickmere Lake, and they do some incredible sessions there. We went, didn't we, to a women's
Yeah.
circle, which was amazing. And then this was a breathwork session and lake experience. So you basically went and plunged in the lake after the breathwork.
Yes.
And I won't lie to you, on the Saturday night, as I was getting my stuff ready to go, I felt cold in the house. I was thinking, I was thinking, um, oh gosh, like literally, I'm gonna be up at the crack of dawn,
Yeah.
which I love getting up early anyway, but up at the crack of dawn, I'm gonna be getting in the lake, and I couldn't quite process it. And I won't lie, I did not fancy it in the slightest, and a bit of fear creeped in of like, oh, that is just not gonna be cozy, is it? However, I tapped into my reason why, and I want to live more. Like, I want to live life to the absolute full. And this was a decision I made a few years ago, which really leads into our little tagline of think better, feel better, live
Mm.
better. Like, my thoughts on that Saturday night were a little bit like, oh, I don't fancy it. I shifted them. Like, I tapped into that reason why. And I was like, I'm doing this because I want to live more.
Yeah.
And living more to me is going on as many adventures as possible. It's seeing what I'm capable of, seeing what's out there in the world, like experiencing the lake in January. It was 6 degrees.
Wowzers.
But doing that something different and
Yeah.
just reaping the rewards of
Yeah.
pushing through that fear and doing that thing.
Mm.
So I really tapped into that reason why. And I'm so glad I did. And the breath work again blew me away. I experienced tetany again, which is where I feel like I should have pre-looked at this, but it's where oxygen has basically reached new places in your body.
Right.
And you experience a really intense like tingling. And when we did the breath work with Bev in the club recently, it was in my hands. So my hands kind of all seized up, where it was in my feet this time.
Okay.
And I don't know whether it was because this time I was sat up rather than lying down.
Yeah.
But my friend, I'm so glad my friend Anna came with me because I couldn't stand up. And the guy, it was great who ran it, but he was off to the lakes. It was obviously calming and just get up in your own time. And I was thinking, if it was me, I'd be like, I
Excuse
can't
me.
move.
Wait. Hello
And
there.
I'm struggling to just feel my feet. So I stood up and it was a really weird sensation of feeling like my feet were not my own.
Okay.
It was so crazy. But anyway, Anna grabbed all my bags, bless her, and like helped me down in this like slippy mud as I couldn't feel
Love
my
it.
feet. We got down to the lake, and I won't like it was Anna's confidence. Like she just literally, as she got
Did you just go
undressed
for
quicker
it?
than me, and she was like, I've got to,
You've
just do
just
it.
got to do it. Yeah.
So I just followed, and I was like, right, okay,
Wow.
and it was cold. Like I
Yeah.
love swimming in the sea. I'd say all year round. I probably peak at like October, I'll go in, but I've never tried like in these months where obviously it's much colder. But a lake is obviously much denser as well, isn't
Mm,
it? I feel like so it
yeah.
was cold, but then it was really tapping into that calmness when you were in the
Mm.
water and
So is that the
experiencing,
idea to use the breath work whilst you're in the water then, was it?
yeah, and just really like just I suppose just go within in
Mm,
those moments. And it was the power of calming yourself down, of like relaxing your shoulders, I found, and just I'm okay.
yeah.
And it was really fighting against your mind, like
Mm,
overcoming your mind to do that.
mm,
And in the breath work, it was really interesting because the kind of sequence that we did um, involved not breathing for a little bit of time because because you put so much oxygen in,
mm.
you didn't need to take that breath for I want to say a minute
Wow.
or but you just I don't know quite now. Oh, don't quote me on that. I don't know what the time frame was because I was well in the zone, but because you'd oxygenated so much, you didn't need that breath. So you were just you.
Wow.
Like you were just being
Yeah.
in that moment. The wind was blowing a gust and I could feel my body
Mm,
going like this, but I was just there. And I almost felt like a
mm,
thing, not like just like I'm
mm.
just here.
It sounds so exhilarating
Yeah.
just to do that and I hope you're really proud of yourself. I bet you are. Like, I'm really proud of you. Like, when I saw the picture as well that you put up, I was just like, that is incredible.
Yeah.
And to do that for yourself at 7:30 on a Sunday morning in 6
Yeah.
degrees, like, what an achievement. And just that is
Yeah.
embracing because you said you want to go on more adventures, you want to live more, you want to
Mm,
try new things, do something different.
yeah.
And that just encompasses all of that. That just embraces all of that. And just
Yeah.
what an
And
experience.
yeah. And this is the whole alcohol thing is really tied for me. Like, because
Mm,
I could get up on a Sunday and go and do that for starters, rather than
yeah.
kind of just get into that. I was massively in a pattern of Saturdays were kind of family time, but we go and play games down at the pub or,
Mm,
and have drinks. And then the Sunday I was feeling really sluggish, but also financially, like how
yeah.
much I've gained by not drinking and putting that, not just taking something out of my life, but putting what I want to back in.
Mm. It's a
And that's
replacement,
been,
isn't it? It's a
yeah,
replacement rather than feeling like we're, like you just said, taking something away from ourselves and feeling in
yeah,
lack of. It's and like we're punishing ourselves.
mm,
It's that shift to no, like I'm replacing it. I'm replacing
yeah,
alcohol with for figuring out again,
yeah,
like having some clarity. to discover, like, well, what does bring me joy, and like, how can, it sounds awful to say this, but this is kind of what I've been through. Like, how can I be happy without alcohol? Like, how can I
Yeah.
have fun without alcohol? And like, even just to say that feels a bit uncomfortable. That there were feelings like I could, like, not that I wasn't joyous without alcohol, but
You
like,
felt like the boring one, or like the one that
yeah,
like was just,
how do I have fun without it? Actually,
yeah,
wow, I am exploring lots of ways to have fun. And it turns out I can rip up a dance floor stone
yeah,
cold sober. I
love
mean,
it.
I don't know what other people think of my dance
Yeah.
moves, but I know I'm enjoying myself. Like, all of my limbs are moving
Yeah.
in completely different directions,
But there's
but
so
I'm
much
loving
in
it.
that. There's so much in that as well of doing that. Like that's feeling a fear and doing
Mm.
it anyway. Like that's
And it's
doing
also
something
letting go
different.
of what
Yeah.
anybody else thinks. And I know it takes a lot to get to that point.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm not in an arrogant way, because I care what those that I care about think
Yeah.
about me. Like, if I'm acting out and being, if I've done something
Yeah.
that isn't aligned with who I am, then I'm sure those that I care about will highlight that, and I will listen to that, and I'll see the value in those words. But if somebody wants to judge me for letting myself go on the dance floor,
Yeah.
I just that's none of my business.
Love that. Yeah. That's amazing. And you're so right. And this is it with the breath work as well. Like I experienced the same, at the end, there was kind of this obviously to try and regain the feeling in your fingers and toes,
Yes.
shall we say. We went up to, they've got like a beautiful cafe and
Yeah.
gym there as well, and went into the gym. And it's all such a blur. I can't even remember what kind of the process was, but it was almost like we were squatting, but just like really just getting the, and no one can see me doing this because this is a podcast, but
Oh, okay. It's like
flicking
movement in your
your,
body just to
yeah,
kind of get the
moving,
circulation, but not the
yeah,
circulation, but the just get warm again. Get the
yeah,
feelings back into your fingers.
and really breathing with sound,
Yeah.
letting it out. Like
Yeah.
you, like that a few years ago for me, I would have been like, I can't do that. That sounds silly, or that like I just sound
There, the
really
silly.
crazy.
You pick the word there. It's like
Yeah,
feeling silly, isn't it? Oh, what
but
will
why
others
am
think?
yeah,
Why do I look silly?
yeah,
It matter. Like, I
why
love
on earth
being
not?
silly.
I know. And this is so the instructor David who took us through the guided breath work and obviously got us into the um he was just like we it's going back to that 5 year, like the 5-year-old child in us would go
Yeah.
in there without a
Yeah.
shadow of a doubt and would be
Yeah.
absolutely fine. But we are conditioned and conditioned and conditioned over
Mm.
time through obviously good intention that
Mm.
if you go in that late, you're going to catch a cold.
Very true.
If you
Very
don't put your
true.
coat on, you're going to catch a cold.
Yeah.
I still say it to my girls now.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, it's balance because yeah, we don't want to go out with like no clothes on and like
Yes.
just oh, I'm well, I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Yes,
I-
absolutely.
but it's just really interesting how over time we have picked up these beliefs and these limits, and I'm just really enjoying just testing those limits and
Mm.
actually overcoming those beliefs in my mind to see what's possible. And
Yeah.
it is a really fun place to be because it makes life a little bit less serious and
Mm.
like a little bit more fun and
Yeah.
like just about discovery rather than being stuck in a routine that I'm sick of. Don't get me wrong, I still have a routine because
Yeah.
it's school and everything, but really just yeah, seeing what's possible. And I think there's so much in what you say. It's just doing something different.
Yeah. And
And
on
if
the
we did,
plate,
oh, sorry,
sorry.
if we did something different, like every single day, like
Mm.
in a week, for example, if we
Mm.
took a different route to school, if we, instead of sitting down for Netflix, we signed up for that free masterclass we've been wanting to do, where maybe the next day looks like leaving the washing up till the next morning and actually playing a game and just
Mm.
testing that like inner perfectionist and going, do you know what? I don't have to do that now.
Yeah.
Doing something different, like you will see a difference, like you really, really will. And it'll really shake up your routine and just
Mm.
shake up life and what matters to you. And yeah, so
An example of this, and I hope my friend doesn't mind. I haven't even asked her if I can share this, so I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this. But a really good friend of mine, so who I saw on Saturday at my friend's 40th. I saw her over Christmas and we were chatting. And we were chatting about, kind of bringing things back into your life that brings you joy and kind of tapping into that and things that, you just enjoy doing just for pleasure and just for
yeah.
fun. And she kind of lost track of that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she was always really creative at school, even though she doesn't think she is. She is a really great artist. So we had that conversation over Christmas, and then on Saturday, when I saw her at the party, she's like, "Right, I've got to share this with you because you're the only one that's going to get it." She's like, "I joined an art class," and I was like, "That is
Love it.
amazing!" I was like, "Be so proud of yourself," and I really hope you're celebrating this because that is incredible.
Yes.
So she has a Thursday off. So on her day off, which I don't know what she fills it with normally, but I can only imagine if it's similar to what we do. It could be, running errands or tidying the house or doing the,
Mm-hmm.
doing the stuff that we feel we should be doing. However, she's chose to go to this art class, and she said there's quite a lot of retired people there, but that's cool because we
Yeah.
drink tea, we eat biscuits. The woman that runs it is great, and she does a different type of medium each week. And she was like, and this week we did like Chinese style paintings. And I was like, let me see. She was like, I took a
Yes.
photo of it to show you. I was like, let
Love
me see.
it.
And it's incredible. It's
Oh,
absolutely incredible. And she's bought some paints. And she's like, I could sit down and do some painting rather than watching Netflix tonight. And
yeah.
next week, and I said, this is so wonderful
Yeah.
because especially that you're doing different mediums each week because you don't know what medium you might like
You,
the most until you try them all. And again, that's
yeah.
doing something different. So just it doesn't need to be major things, does it? Like,
No.
and even if you can't get to that art class because you work full time, our girls, you do this thing called Draw with Rob. Like there's this artist, I think he came about in lockdown on YouTube.
Ah,
It's for kids, but if you want to draw unicorns, Draw with Rob
yes.
is a free
Love it.
tool, and
Yeah.
he draws and takes you through step by step. And I'm sure, not just
Mm,
cartoons. There's free stuff available on YouTube if you
yeah.
want to learn how to draw stuff. There's so many
There is
different
actually.
resources.
Yeah, there is because I was looking because my mum got autumn some pencils, but different it's quite technical, isn't it? Like shading
Yeah,
pencils.
yeah,
She's a tad too young, but so I've kind of just hidden them because I'm like, rather than just waste these,
yeah.
just
The
give it
nose
like another
pencils, yeah,
6 months. Yeah. And actually just I'm gonna sit down with her and we're gonna just and there they had like shading tutorials.
yeah. There's
And
so
like,
much
yeah, there really
available.
is. Yeah.
So it
And
doesn't have to be big things. Sorry, it doesn't have to
yeah,
be big things. It can just be these little shifts that, again, it's just doing something different.
and that is incredible. And like you say, I hope your friend is so proud of that because
Yeah,
that is such a wonderful step forward.
yeah,
And also, you never know where that's going to lead.
yeah.
And I find that
You know,
so
and
exciting.
I do, and I can't wait to. I'm going to message her actually because I said to her at the party when I left, I said, make sure you share with me
Yeah,
what you do next week, and I
yeah,
can't wait to see what she does.
yeah.
Genuinely can't wait to see. So I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this.
Yes. You
I'm
have to
sure she
ask her,
will.
and then just before we click
Yeah.
post. So if you listen to this, she's
Yes.
agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Fingers
of
crossed.
course, yeah. um so yeah, and then just one other thing I want to say, and the whole this being silly and just playing. There's that, I can get this right. There's that saying, isn't there? We don't grow old. No, hold on. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing.
Mm, mic
Yeah,
drop.
I think I've got that right. I've got the right way
Yeah,
around.
it's a
We
little
don't
mic
stop
drop. Say
playing
it
because
again.
we don't stop playing because we grow up. We grow up because we stop playing. How
More
can you play?
play,
More
more
play.
play.
Let's not take ourselves so seriously.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
There we go.
Yes. So the takeaway this week, guys, is go play, go do
Do
something
something
different,
different.
no matter how big or small that is, and be so proud of yourself for doing it. And check in with us. Let us know what you do because we would
Yes.
love to hear what you get up to.
Yeah, we'd love to know what your
Um,
different is. Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, that would be incredible. Oh, well, it's been wonderful to have another chat. I'm wishing you all
Yes.
a wonderful week.
Yeah.
Yeah, have
Have
a
a great
great
week,
week.
guys. Take
Thank you so
care.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.